Hey, what's going on, traders? This is the watch list video for Monday, October 30th. The SPY, almost straight down for a week and a half. We had this little blip here, but firmly below the 200-day. The Dow was down 366 points on Friday. Let me go into, I rewrote this in case somebody's seen my video for the first time. I want everybody to understand, right? This video that's coming up is going to be stocks that I'm watching for intraday long setups tomorrow. These are stocks that are in play lately, have a strong chance of giving a good setup for a day trade. I want everybody to understand that's what I do. That's what our chat room's all about. I don't hold anything overnight, not even my wife, because it's not worth the risk to me. That goes for stocks and my wife. Most people think every trader is an investor. And I know that from social media, right? Because I get a lot of, didn't you read the balance sheet or whatever? I don't care. I'm a day trader. A true day trader looks for intraday opportunities and goes to 100% cash each night. We do have investors in our room. I know that. I see you guys posting stuff. But they still use our group to make some money between the bells, as I call it, right? Between the opening and closing bells. So you can be an investor and still day trade some of your portfolio, right? Anyway, with all that behind me, here's that list of stocks I'll be watching tomorrow. ACMR, big sell-off here. I think they had earnings back on this day, so it's really kind of come apart, but it's getting very close. That's a huge down day and getting close to some daily support and the 200-day. So that's an interesting area right here. Be watching for a possible bounce tomorrow. AMT, I'm going ahead and calling it a bounce play, but it's really one of those third-day plays. I'm just going to treat it like we treat a bounce play in the chat room, though, right? Big day, quiet inside day, a red day, and then looking for a third-day play. Again, I'll use our bounce play strategies to find an entry. If it gives one, TRU, just looking for an oversold bounce. It's been on watch for a couple days, no trades in it. GTLS is another one that's nearing support on a nasty day, right? So you might get a bounce intraday off of this area. So that one goes on bounce watch. CVX, put a horizontal line here. You could argue, hey, this is day one, right here is day one of a breakdown. But I always look above and say, it was down 4 or 5 days in a row before this nasty push down. So we might get a snapback bounce in that one again for a day trade. DGX, nice 2-day run and pulled back on lower volume. A lot of times I'd like to see a couple days pullback, and that always holds true. But when you have something that's really strong like DGX, a lot of times you get one red day, especially if the market bounces, and you get a nice push in that stock. So that's why DGX goes on watch. Coin, we'll see what Bitcoin does, but we had the gap up back here and now straight down into, see the horizontal line, got some support there and the 200-day. So that puts Coin on my bounce play watch list. AUMN is a gold miner that had a really nice run and it's almost round tripped. But last I saw, gold was looking pretty strong. So I'm going to put that on bounce watch. It's back down to the 20-day. VMW, another bounce play. You can probably see why, right? Has some support back here, but also the 200-day right there. And it's pretty beaten up. ICU, let me zoom in a little bit on this, but I like the looks of this one. You had this gap up here and then kind of pulled back and went sideways and then gapped up on Friday. I need to zoom in a little more. And the headline was they canceled their offering. The reason I like this is because you have a recent high of 124, which was this green day right here. Friday's high was 118. So over 118, it's a good chance you're going to take out that 124. And then you have the 200-day at 144. That oftentimes acts like a magnet. So this is a handsome chart for me. Doesn't mean it's ever going to go up again. I don't know. But if I get an A+ setup on it, I'm going to give that a shot for a trade because I really like that chart. LIFW, a couple green days, big volume on an insider purchase on Thursday. And Friday held up well in an ugly tape. So certainly an in-play stock, right? NRDS, I believe they had earnings and a nice move there. Again, the 200-day up above may become a magnet. I'm looking for a follow-through day in that one. VFS, I'm going to go to 15 so you can see this one. Again, I've talked about this in the last few videos. It went up to 90 back here, which scrunches all these days down. So let me go to 15-minute candles. Pan back a little bit. You had a really nice run here, nice secondary run, and then this was Friday's move. And it just kind of bled lower, but it still only partially retraced this big 2-day move. So it's a strong stock relative to the market. I am going to watch that one. Couple more. IBRX, a little ahead of itself, couple big days. It ended up closing right at the 200-day. I told you guys on Thursday night in my video that this was my favorite chart going into Friday, and it kind of did what we were looking for. You know, took out this recent high of 222, and then ended up hitting the 200 and even went farther than that. That one's going to be on watch. And then Saba, another one like DGX, really strong move. We got one red day. It might be enough to get it to turn back up already on Monday. We'll see. I'll only trade that with a proper setup. That's it. I'm done battling. We'll see you guys in the chat room on Monday morning. Have a great rest of your weekend.